Hi everyone, and welcome to NXT. I, Gorilla Monsoon, Michael Cole, and the Jackal here. And today on NXT, we're going to have Holy Fellow Nicholas, Father Yule, the Heavenly Gift Giver, here today on NXT. Gorilla Monsoon says, "Isn't it true," Michael Cole said, "that you used to do that? You played Holy Fellow Nicholas many times for kids, and that one following of Wrestling Dare would have been the last one in between 94 YL. You went as Gorilla Claus." Michael Cole says, "Yeah, that was true." Gorilla Monsoon said, "There were two Santa Clauses that year, and between 94 YL. The show player who played Santa Claus from 92 YL to between 99 YL, and me and between 94 YL," Gorilla Monsoon says. "Well, I could tell you what, some years had you beat," the Jackal says, "because in between 97 YL there were two Santa Clauses. Big Van Vader when he beat up on Goldust, and Steve Austin when he stunned another Santa Claus. So there were two Santa Clauses in between 97 YL. One was good, one was bad." The Jackal says, "But I don't really care, that much about him." Well, would you stop, Jackal, or Cyrus, or whoever you're calling yourself these days? Show a little onlook to Father Yule. Gorilla Monsoon says, "Alright, ho 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 everyone, happy Yule. Now I know it's not truly Yule yet, and I know that it's really 11's month, and Thanksgiving is the big holiday next for the 4-1 Reichs. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I've come here today because me and Jesus are putting a team together. And the first time Jesus showed up on this fairway, YouTube chose not to have him in it. So now we're going to have him in it again. Alright," Jesus says, "the first thing that I want to tell everyone here is that Santa Claus, or Holy Fellow Nicholas, or Father Yule, or whatever you want to call him, he works for God, and he works for me. He keeps the happiness and glee of you alive. And it's right. That's what I do. And if it wasn't for Jesus, there would be no Christendom holiday called Yule. I give out those gifts and Yule the same way that God gave Jesus to us as a gift. The same way those wise men or wise women gave gifts to Jesus when he was born. Now, we're picking out teams for whoever wants to be on our team, because that final destination, or the last stop, I know it's a TNAW, GSW, IW, TNAW Yield show, but the TWF is now going to do it for the first time. And I just want to say thank you, Santa. Thank you, Nicholas, for keeping my birthday, Yule, keeping the happiness and glee alive. And thank you, Jesus, for being the Son of God. Thank you for being that gift that God gave to us. And thank you for the forever life through you and through your Father God and through you. You are welcome." Now, since me and Jesus now got that business out of the way, I just want to say that I have been checking my list, well. And I do want to say that I have done very well in Santa with Becky Lynch. Yeah, I just want to say, Santa Claus, that I know that you're the heavenly gift giver. And in the 4-1 kingdom, in the Even Land, we call you Father Yule. Now, I know that you're busy between the 11th month and the 12th month and the first month when it comes to for Western Christendom, it's only the 11th, it's the 12th month, it's really busy. And then for Eastern Christendom, it's only the first month. Well, anyway, I'm just saying, could I have like an early Yule gift? Well, what would you want, Becky Lynch? I want to be a fighting women's world heavyweight fighter. See, I don't want to be like, like other folks that, don't want to have their winnings on stake. They don't want to wrestle. They don't want to fight. Well, that's not me. Because the man comes around and the man wants to fight. Well, alright, Becky Lynch. See, I have no might or slay over the booking, over the writing. So I don't know who you're going to be wrestling, who you're going to be fighting. But I can tell you, sometimes be careful what you wish for, because sometimes you might get it. What's that mean? It means watch out what you wish for. Because you want to be a fighting fighter, but you might not know who you're going to be fighting or wrestling. Anyway, just want to stop to say Happy Yule to you. Father Yule, happy far to you too, Becky Lynch. Alright. I want some woman out here to take me up on my dare. Take me up on my dare for my Women's World Heavyweight winnings. That's what I want to do. And I don't care who it's going to be. At the end of the day, I'll drop anyone. Well, that was like a wrong word to say. I don't mean to drop. I mean, I'll beat everyone. So, yeah, like they say, be careful what you wish for, because I'm taking you up on your dare. Well, Ember Moon, the former WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter and former WWE NXT Women's Tag Team Fighter. Yeah. And Becky Lynch, I'm coming after you. I want the match with you. Well, alright then, Ember Moon. I'll give it to you. But just watch out. You can't stand... Yeah. There's a thing called one's room. You can't even stand up. Yeah, I can't stand up in this ring, I know. But I still want to have a match with you, alright? Well, bring out the fight, Lord, and let's get it on. This is for the TWF Women's Heavy... This is for the World Women's Heavyweight Winnings. For the Women's World Heavyweight Winnings. First, she is Ember Moon. And she is the Women's World Heavyweight Fighter, Becky Lynch. Ding, ding, ding. Alright, now Gorilla Monsoon says Becky Lynch has been at least won what was formerly the WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Winnings at least 3 times before it became the World Women's Heavyweight Winnings in WWE. And she also is a former 2-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Before that, well, she was a former 3-time WWE Women's, she was a 3-time Women's World Heavyweight Fighter and a 2-time WWE Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And also don't forget a former WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Yeah, Becky Lynch has done a lot of things. She's the first at sundryest things. But I don't know, how long she can keep this up. Becky Lynch, coming, taking down Ember Moon, Gorilla Monsoon says. Yeah, Michael Cole said Becky Lynch has been in WWE for years. She was on NXT, then she was on SmackDown, then Raw, then SmackDown, then Raw. And she did win the WWE SmackDown Heavyweight Winnings at least 3 times before that became the WWE Women's Heavyweight Winnings. And she won the WWE Raw Winnings 2 times before that became the Women's World Heavyweight Winnings. And the WNXT Women's Heavyweight Winnings. So, yeah, she's done a lot. Oh, and don't forget, she's a former WWE Women's Tag Team Fighter with Lita. Michael Cole said. The Jackal says, I can tell you one thing. Becky Lynch thinks she's the greatest women wrestler out there. She thinks she's so greater than all the other women wrestlers in IW, soon to be TNAW, AEW, NWA, OVW, MLW, but that's bullshit. Oh, Becky Lynch got caught. Ember Moon. Ember Moon gave her the stunner. Ember Moon hopes to become the women's world heavyweight fighter, Gorilla Monsoon says. Yeah, and Ember Moon's run in WWE didn't really go very well, the Jackal says. She was on NXT, where she became the NXT women's heavyweight fighter. Then she went to Raw. They didn't really do anything her there. Then she went to SmackDown. They kind of didn't do nothing with her there. Then she went back to NXT for the 2nd time, where she won the WWE Women's Tag Team winnings with Shotzi Blackheart, but she was a loser. She got let go from WWE. Then she went to AEW, and she is the ROH Women's Heavyweight Fighter. 1, doing a kick out. Would you stop? Gorilla Monsoon says, saying Ember Moon's a loser, says her run in WWE didn't go very well. I think it went alright, Gorilla Monsoon says, but that'll make her a loser. Gorilla Monsoon said, that's right, Michael Cole said. Ember Moon's run on NXT was great. Her run on Raw and SmackDown, not so great. Her 2nd run on NXT was good. And now she's in AEW now, after she got fired and became the ROH Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Michael Cole said, I wouldn't call her a loser either. Ember Moon, either, Michael Cole says. Ember Moon or Athena, or whatever you want to call it, Gorilla Monsoon says, she's going to beat Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch picked her up with the manhandle slam. Oh! Becky Lynch just gave her the manhandle slam on Ember Moon or Athena or whatever you want to call her. It's over here, Gorilla Monsoon says. Oh, this is sad, the Jackal says. A WWE women wrestler beating an AEW women's wrestler. Or should we say a ROH women's heavyweight, ROH women wrestler. Well, no, it's AEW, because AEW owns ROH, so it's one and the same. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner. And still, the TWF, still the women's world heavyweight fighter, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is still the TWF women's heavyweight fighter. She beat Ember Moon here today on NXT, Gorilla Monsoon said. Or by what AEW and ROH folks will call her, Athena, Gorilla Monsoon says. And Jackal, you were sliding both Becky Lynch and Ember Moon here today on NXT. Would you stop? Well, Michael Cole said, I can tell you one thing, Gorilla Monsoon. Ember Moon and Becky Lynch are 2 great wrestlers, even if one is in WWE and the other one's in AEW, Michael Cole says. It was kind of sad that she that her run in WWE was never the way she thought it would be, Michael Cole says. I can tell you one thing, the Jackal says. Becky Lynch can think call herself the man, but she's not the man. She's a woman. 2, how she wouldn't put over the ROH women's heavyweight fighter is beyond me, the Jackal says. Would you be earnest? She did put over the ROH women's heavyweight fighter, Ember Moon. She didn't bury her or besmirch her. Jackal, Cyrus, whatever you want to call yourself, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, now we do know, we do have someone, when I will take it away to my good friend that I've known since between 93 YL, Jim Ross. Alright, Gorilla Monsoon, Michael Cole, I'm going to be talking with Ember Moon here today on NXT and see why she didn't why she did not become the women's world heavyweight fighter here. Alright, Ember Moon, Athena, whatever you want to call yourself, why you think you did very well for you did very well for yourself, but sadly you didn't become the TWF women's heavyweight fighter. Well, it's like this, JR, or Jim Ross. I tell you what, yeah, I came in today, Jim Ross, thinking that I was going to win the women's world heavyweight winnings, and sadly that did not happen. But I'm not going to bitch or rant, because I know at the end of the day I'm a good women's wrestler. I'm the ROH women's heavyweight fighter in AEW, and I know at the end of the day that if I get another match with Becky Lynch, I know that you'll be looking at the new women's world heavyweight fighter here in the toy wrestling gathering. Well, that might be true, Ember Moon, or Athena, whatever you want to call yourself. But some folks are saying that your run in WWE didn't go well. Yeah, I don't know what happened in my run in WWE. Everything was great when I was on NXT. When I went to Raw, I don't know what happened. When I went to SmackDown, I don't know what happened. Then I was on NXT again, and I was let go. And I went to AEW, and I did great. I'm the ROH Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Well, as you call it, the AEW ROH Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Yeah, I guess you call it that. But I know at the end of the day, if I have another match with Becky Lynch, I'll beat her. Alright, that's my talk with, Ember Moon or Athena. Back to you, Gorilla Monsoon and Michael Cole. Thank you, Jim Ross, for talking. Thank you, Jim Ross, for talking with Ember Moon here today on NXT. I, Gorilla Monsoon, Michael Cole, and a Jackal, we hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow.